What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So you saw the title and the thumbnail. We've got some super fresh clones for the summertime. These are all coming from Paris Corner. All can be found from Aroma Concepts, which is linked down below. Of course, you don't have to buy anything to check out my video. I just thought this would be a really good topic to check out because we talked about some from other brands, but really wanted to highlight Paris Corner because I got a lot of really good fresh fragrances, like super fresh, tropical, aquatics, all that good stuff, like really primed for the warm weather as it rolls around. So let's dive into these 10, shall we? Stay tuned. Starting with one of the most recent ones I've reviewed. This is, to me, falls in between Torino 21 and Renaissance. It's supposed to be more like Torino 21, but this is Paris Corner's Voux Zingy. It's very soapy, fresh green, comes across a little minty. It's listed as basil, doesn't really have that spicy bite of typical basil green spice, you know? A little bit, but I find it just as minty, if anything, loaded with citrus, clean musk, and like I said, very soapy from the lavender oil that's here. It's just mega fresh. Easy to wear, clean fragrance for every single day, but so fresh that I think it just shines in the warmer weather. This is definitely a hot weather, summertime, high humidity kind of fragrance that kind of falls in that average range of performance that I think you could just rock for any time. Casual, dressed up, doesn't matter. Might be worth looking into. Again, don't go into it expecting a dead ringer for Torino 21 in my opinion. Definitely closest to that, but also has a little bit of Renaissance going. It's Voux Zingy. If you want incredibly fresh orange aquatic clean musk, I mean super bright. This is still my favorite inspiration of afternoon swim. I've got a few, like Luciano's Sunset Swim. More of the peel of the orange, whereas this is just so watery fresh. Stag Quatre from Paris Corner. It's still my favorite because it's just still so freaking fresh. Another average performer, but it's just so freaking bright, man. It's, God. This is definitely poolside type of stuff. Afternoon swim, very fitting. It'll make you think of, without the chlorine, of course, like, you know, dipping in a pool on a super hot summer's day, that pool water type of thing going. Because it's not a salty aquatic, but it's mega fresh, super juicy. Making my mouth water right now. Mandarin orange. One of the better mandarin orange smells I've come across. Now, look, this is a more synthetic smelling mandarin orange, but that doesn't change freaking good this fragrance smells. I'm telling you, this is the one. Like I said, there's other really good ones. I'm sure that Alexandria's twist on it's a higher concentration, so it's probably a thicker smell, but if you want the bright freshness, this is the one. From Paris Corner, it's Stag Quatre. In the vein of God of Fire, but I find it's much fruitier than God of Fire. There's just loads of stuff here, from pineapple and black currant to go with the mango, and just, it's loaded down. It really is, and it's super affordable. It's Mango Jugoso in their Ministry of Gourmand line. This stuff is so freaking good. It really is. Mango Bliss in their Ophidian line is really good. I was kind of torn on which one we were going to talk about here, but this is just so over-the-top, fruity, tropical fresh that I was like, yeah, this is the one we're going to feature. Super juicy fruit. I'm telling you guys, this is Ministry of Gourmand because it's sweet and delectable. That's why it's in this line. I'm confident in that. But still just fun fragrance for the high heat summer. Another average to slightly better, honestly. I think this one performs a little bit better than Coconut Lagoon because it's a thicker, juicy fruit. It's almost syrupy like juicy fruit, citrus, and just smells amazing. It really does. There's no better way to describe it other than it just smells amazing. If you like mango, and mango is not the only thing here, it's just the most prominently featured fruit. Pineapple, I believe there's apple, there's a couple of citruses, there's black currant, there's just berries, there's loads of stuff in here. This is so freaking good. Definitely worth checking out. In their Ministry of Gourmand line, this is Mango Jugoso. Fruity fresh without being fruity sweet. It's a little aquatic, a hint of floral, more pear than anything else. It's even in the name. This is Pear Potion. This is so fruity fresh without being juicy fruit sweet. There's apple in here, but it doesn't really make it all that much sweeter. If anything, it gives it a little bit of bite, kind of that crisp edge that green apple can provide. It's mainly pear, though. Clean musk, fresh aquatic, like a aquatic floral, like lotus flower type of smell. I forgot the notes exactly, but kind of like that lotus flower smell gives that kind of watery feel. Even maybe water lilies, something along those lines to give it that aquatic tone, if you will. And it really enhances the juiciness of the fruity accords here. Again, without making it sweet. That's always nice. Sometimes you don't want sweet. You want fruity, but you don't want sweet. You want that freshness that it can provide. And that's where a good pear note comes in fragrance. Really good stuff. Another average performer. Again, nothing exact to any one fragrance. I would relate it most to Juliet Has a Gun Pear Ink, but even then it's still a little bit different. The fruitiness isn't exactly the same because that's strictly pear. This is pear and apple. Again, you get a little bit of that crisp smell to it, so it's good stuff. Definitely worth checking out. Again, that's Pear Potion from Paris Corner. A lot of people like to relate this one to Nautical Voyage because in the opening it kind of does have that similar apple, fresh aquatic kind of smell. But here it's very minty, spiced green, gingery. Like there's a lot more character to this than Nautical Voyage. I think this is better in every way as far as the profile is concerned. But I see where people are coming from in the opening. This is Moscow Mule in their Mawj line. Beautiful frosted glass. And just a beautiful fragrance. You see that juice level dropping. This is a good one right here. Mega, mega fresh. Average performer. Nothing crazy in performance. Man, that smells good, though. And this is another one that kind of has a little bit of bite to it because it's got some zest, a little bit of spice here. Green, fresh, citric, aquatic, a little fruity, musky. This is really, really good stuff. This is supposed to be Blue Moon Ginger Dash or Ginger Splash or whatever from by Killian. And I still haven't tried the original, but I got to tell you, this is a good one. If you want super fresh, Nautical Voyage on steroids, as some have said to me. I won't argue that point. Because, again, I agree. There is similarity in the opening Nautical Voyage, but there's more character and depth to the profile than this. That's why I say it's like an evolution of Nautical Voyage's profile in many ways. And it's very, very affordable. Great for the summertime. Again, that's Paris Corner's Mawj Moscow Mule. And if we were ranking them, this would be number one. This just goes to show you this isn't ranked in any specific order because Coconut Lagoon would be number one if you've been following the channel. You know that. You see that juice level dropping. I wore it again like 2 days ago. I love this. I don't know what else to say. It smells like the yellow, green, and orange Skittle. The way the citrus and the sugariness come across. I continue to see occasional comments of people saying, I get no coconut. And I don't know if they don't hear me saying it so I can try to set the expectation properly. Maybe they zone out for this part every time. But it's not sunscreen coconut. It's not coconut water. It's not that typical coconut you're used to. This is more of a candied artificial coconut. Think candy bar type coconut, like Almond Joy's coconut, stuff like that. Not real coconut. Not coconut shavings that you would find on a coconut cake or coconut shavings that you would find in coconut shrimp. Like, not an authentic coconut smell. Artificial. Smells like it belongs in a candy bar. They list caramel. It smells like frickin' sugar. Vanilla gives it a little bit of creaminess. Like the notes you see, pretty dead on, in my opinion. Bag of Skittles. Take the red and the purple Skittles out. The two best Skittles, by the way, the grape and the strawberry. Take the two best Skittles out. Leave the yellow, green, and the orange because it's a sugared candy, skittled like citrus to this. Same thing goes with that coconut. That's that candy bar coconut type of stuff with some vanilla. It's that simple, but boy, does it smell freaking amazing. I think so anyways. I love it. I mean, the dent doesn't... God, this smells so good. Dent doesn't lie. I wear it all the time. I'll continue to wear it all the time. God, this is such a good fragrance. Again, if this was ranked in a specific order, this would be the clear number one. This is my favorite Paris Corner fragrance. I think this is my favorite, like, $30 fragrance in general these days. I don't know what it's supposed to be similar to, but it's a Paris Corner fragrance. It's inspired by something. I know it's not original, and no, it doesn't smell exactly like Virgin Island water. There's elements of it, but it does not smell like... It doesn't have booze. It doesn't have florals. It's not strictly lime. Follow me? Capiche? It's not creamy pina colada coconut. Like, there's differences. There's slim and slender similarities. I understand why people relate it to Virgin Island water, but it's not Virgin Island water. There's some similarity. Not the same. Layers amazingly. And I don't layer. I'm not that guy. I genuinely, no shade to anyone that layers, but I view layering as overcomplicating things, and or you just don't like the one fragrance, so you have to add another fragrance to make it likable for you. That's how I view layering. Like I don't like the fragrance if I got to put another one with it. It's not good enough to wear by itself. See the logic to that? That's just how I view it. Whereas with this is from Sphinx Beard. This is an inspired aftershave splash, Caribbean Island. It's Virgin Island water. Now, when you mix Virgin Island water with this, you get a pina colada with Skittles. And it's the greatest thing I've ever smelled. And this is kind of like my go-to shave set. I have the shave soap with this as well. And this is just... So, I haven't sprayed it with Creed Virgin Island water, but that's a clone. Caribbean Island's a clone of Virgin Island water. Like, really close. So, I would imagine, if you layer that with this, actual Virgin Island water... I need to try it. I have Virgin Island water, but we went too long in this segment. It's because I love this freaking fragrance. I love it. This gets the stamp of approval. If you blind buy it on my recommendation and don't like it, own up to your own irresponsibility. Yes, I'm saying it's amazing. Yes, I absolutely love it, but that's my opinion. You may not share my opinion. If you do go that route, I hope you love it even half as much as I do, because then you're really going to like it a lot. But blind buy at your own risk, and that goes for every fragrance, you know, because it's not easy to just sample something like this. But if you want candy bar, coconut, and Skittles, check out Coconut Lagoon. Technically marketed as a women's fragrance, what it's inspired by, but I find it's feminine at all, really. A little woodsy, very green, spiced green. Citrusy, of course, more of a rindy citrus. This is inspired by Xerjoff Lyra. This is Voux Zeste, another one in the Voux line. This line is great, by the way. Absolutely adore. I did a full review on this one as well. Oh, it smells good. A little bit of vanilla, I believe, is what that sweetness is. Man, that's a good one. It's got some sweetness to it, but it's still bright, fresh, citric, green. Has a little bite. Very much a summery type of fragrance. It's not a tropical fragrance, but it's still a very summery fragrance. This stuff is everything here. I picked stuff that I really enjoy that I like to wear during the summertime from time to time, and we're coming up to a few classics in my collection for Paris Corner, the final three. But, oh God, it's just hovering. God, that's so good. This is definitely one of the sweeter of the fragrances we've talked about in this video, but this Voux line, I gotta say, and I think there's a combo you can get of these two. Might want to give that a try because there's zero redundancy here. But yeah, if you're looking for a bit more sweetness, more syrupy, honeyed like vanilla in some ways, like vanilla if it was syrupy, check out Voux Zeste. Do you like Sprite or 7-Up? Well, this is kind of like Bal de Freak from Byredo. This is Vibrant Vetiver Delight, and it looks like the bottle. It's bergamot and lemon, but it smells like lemon lime soda. And the vetiver here, zero earthiness, fresh and woodsy. This is like still a happy fragrance for me. Puts a smile on my face. Let's smell it. It smells like Sprite. I just like taking that first sip when you crack the can open. It's got all that fizzy carbonation, and it's got that bite we keep referring to. There's something giving kind of like a similar feel to having a bit of carbonation, that edge to it. You know, this is so good. This is still another really, really good one. I can't encourage you enough to get. Average to slightly below average. Depends on your olfactive fatigue, your skin chemistry, all that good stuff. But just a happy fragrance. Nothing vetiver challenge about this one in any way, shape, or form. It just smells like lemon lime soda, basically, with a fresh woody smell. Doesn't really have any white florals or a lot of musk, a little bit of musk. So just a super safe, fun fragrance. Really good for the summertime. It's bright and fresh. It's Vibrant Vetiver Delight. Paris Corner's version of Le Beau EDT. Coconut water, bergamot citrus, sweet powdered tonka bean. We've got Kaheela Platinum. And somebody's going to ask, this or Cadlage Island? Well, this is the EDT, and that's the Le Parfum. Not the same. But they're both Le Beau. They're not the same. This or that... Those comments kill me every time. This or that, they're not the same. But if you had to pick one, well, it depends. Which one are you more interested in? Make your decisions, people. I see a lot of commitment issues in my comment sections these days. As far as Le Beau EDT, I find it's a dead ringer for it. I always have. The same 3 simplified notes that you get in LeBeau EDT are the same 3 simplified notes you get here. Bergamot, you get coconut, which is more of a coconut water, and you get that sweet powdery tonka bean smell. It's a sweet summertime tropical coconut fragrance. This one's more of an average performer. LeBeau EDT, I've always gotten a little bit above average, like 7 to 8 hours. I get around 6 to 7 out of this one. Still really good though. Ooh, dead ringer. As time goes on, that citrus gets juicier and juicier and juicier. It's still a good one. Still highly encourage it. You're not going to see a giant price gap. This is in that $30-ish range versus, you know, $70 to $80 for LeBeau. So if you want to spend less than half, you could go this route. But if you want to go with the original, totally get that. Totally get that. I have both. I wear both. But if you want to do it on a budget, it's pretty much LeBeau EDT from Jean-Paul Gaultier. And that's Paris Corner's Kaheela Platinum. And last but not least, if you're looking for performance, don't look at this one. If you're looking for the absolute freshest and brightest and most airy twist on Elysium ever, that's how I feel about this one. I like to wear it in the summer. You can bathe in it. It's great for the gym. It's like a 3 to 4 hour fragrance. Maybe an hour projection, but it's so bright and fresh compared to the original and every other clone and inspiration I've ever smelled. This is Trillium. Trillium is so freaking bright, juicy, sharp grapefruit, very metallic, not quite as juicy fruit as Elysium, more on the grapefruit. You get a little bit of the woods, a touch of the leather. That's more the vetiver that gives that woody smell. Bad atomizer. Oh, phenomenal smell, though. Phenomenal. It's always been a garbage atomizer. Look at that. It's my bottle. Not every bottle's like that. I've seen others that have sprayed it, and it's like they have more of a mist. It's still not a great atomizer for other bottles, but it's like terrible. There's something wonky about this one. But the bottle, dead ringer ripoff, never been a fan of that. But the fragrance itself, if you're looking for one to keep in the gym bag, just refresh, just go run errands. You don't need 6, 8, 10 hours of longevity, and you want just an uplifting mood boost that smells like Elysium. That is where this comes in. It has function in my wardrobe. I hope it has function in yours if you decide to grab it. In their Emir range, this is Trillium. Well, that's the 10 that I wanted to cover from Paris Corner. Once again, these can be had from Aroma Concepts down in the links down below. A lot of these came from Aroma Concepts. Actually, all but one of them actually came from Aroma Concepts, now that I think about it. So, like I said, they're available. You don't have to purchase anything watching my videos if you don't want to. It's just there for convenience. I understand how this community works. Everybody's like, but where can I buy it, bro? Where's the links, bro? I provide. Blind buy at your own risk. Try to make the most educated decision you can if you're going to go that route. I get it. It's fun. It's a thrill, but it's still spending money. You want to spend your money wisely. So, thank you guys for checking out the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe before you leave. And we'll see you on the next one.